Welcome to Almost Functional Gaming. We aim to help all followers of Russ and the Allfather to improve on the tabletop. List building, tournament recaps, unit reviews, weekly council of the Fang, and other tips to help us all go from almost functional to fully functional. Please like, share, and subscribe. Also, check out our merch store and Almost Functional score tracker on Amazon.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Almost Functional Gaming. Back with Aiden and our special guest, Forrest.
Forrest, welcome.
Yeah, for those of you who know, Forrest is a very adequate Space Wolf player.
Thank you guys for having me.
He's all right. But yeah, Forrest right now is #1 in ITC for Wolves and just went one loss at LVO.
Quite a run.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah,
it was a blast.
We're happy to have you. That was pretty amazing seeing Wolves, even if after they got nerfed, doing really well. Doing well in spite of GW's best efforts.
Yes. They do not want us to do too well.
No, they really don't.
That's a good way of putting it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I was telling everybody. I was like, we were too good into Eldar, so they had to fix something.
Just a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Man, you got to watch out. Big Eldar is after us. It's a conspiracy.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You be good into anything but Eldar, then you're in trouble.
Yeah.
But so how long have you been playing Wolves, Forrest?
Let's see. I've been playing for about 25 years.
Whoa.
The whole time just Space Wolves.
Cool.
Yeah, just Space Wolves.
Yeah. I've been playing since around the end of 2nd edition. 3rd edition is when I first started playing tournaments, and Wolves are my first army. I've dabbled in other stuff here and there, but I always come back to Wolves.
Wow, man. So you guys are true long fangs.
No, we're young blood claws, Aiden.
Yeah. I haven't been playing like as much or competitively.
Okay. Yeah.
But yeah, I remember seeing your name up there a lot when I'm looking at rankings and stuff back when I used to really try hard to do well in them. I'm like, why am I always chasing this Forrest guy? And how do I catch him?
Yeah, you've been doing well. #1 in the ITC. And if I'm not wrong, I think the 10th edition list that you think of for Space Wolves, Wolf Jail. I believe you were one of the first iterators of that. Like LVO 2 years ago or 3 years ago. You were doing well with Wolves.
I think a few people were kind of doing it at the same time, but it was really like me, Linton, and there were a few other people at the time, like all just kind of like, oh, we don't really kill, but we're really fast and durable. Yeah. And then just the Wolf Jail kind of evolved into that.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. So you've been playing Wolves for 25 years. I would ask what brought you to them, but it seems like just loyalty, you know?
Funny enough, I gambled a lot playing Magic the Gathering, and I won some models off of those gambling, and then I just kind of built my army from there. So it was army first, and then I got into the game, which is funny.
Yeah, it's a weird way to do it. Yep.
Yeah.
And did you just happen to stumble on Wolves and you just stuck with it, or did you specifically go after Wolves for some reason?
It's just the models that I got randomly. I've always been a big Viking guy. I'm like, oh, Vikings are cool. Mm-hmm. My buddy was into like Egyptian stuff, so he went into Necrons. So,
all right,
that's awesome.
That's cool. Well, it seems to have worked out fairly well for you.
Yeah, you did pretty well. Did pretty well at LVO. Maybe we can take a look at what you ran.
Yeah,
I mean, like we mentioned earlier, Wolves just got hit, and they were only doing like okay before that. They only had like one GT win. It was a small GT win. So, we're here showing people wrong.
Yeah. All right. So we got the LVO Space Puppers. So you want to run us through this list and your thoughts on it and why you brought each unit and stuff?
So I ran 4 characters. I got Arjak Rockfist. He's a beast. I ran him for the first time at Tacoma, and I just ran him solo because at the time he was 95 points, which was like I took the Calidus out and put Arjak in because I was kind of practicing for teams events, and so I can't have the Calidus in my list for teams.
Yeah.
And he just worked out better than a Calidus because I was running Beast Slayers, so I could put him back in reserves, and I just fell in love with him at Tacoma.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, no, Arjak's amazing. Even at 105, he's really good.
Oh yeah.
Bjorn the Fell-Handed with the +1 CP, a turn is really important. In particular, it's really important in Stormlance because that lets you do the auto advance 9 turn 1.
Yes.
And that's the only way to do it, right? Like the only way to do it is either to go second or to have Bjorn in the list.
Wow.
So yeah, he's also tanky. He's fast. He's fast enough to keep up with kind of the second wave of stuff.
Yeah. But I like him. You run them with the Hellfrost. Yeah. So you got
I do. Yeah.
Eldard stuff. Little units are
Yeah.
scared to come near him. That double flamer Overwatch.
The double flamer is really good, and then the 1 5 damage shot.
Oh yeah.
Is sometimes good. I probably shot it like 2 or 3 times this event.
I find telling people that he has that and then them trying to stay away from it does more than the gun actually ever does itself.
I think I probably fired Overwatch twice with him this event.
Yep.
But like the threat of his Overwatch is always better.
Totally.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Lieutenant with Combi Weapon is just really good. I feel like every Space Marine list has one for reasons. His reactive move is amazing. He's just really solid.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah. Logan Grimnar, just amazing. The Vect Aura with our Terminators is probably the strongest thing about Space Wolves right now. Like there's arguments about what's the strongest, but the Vect Aura with the Terminators is like really good.
Yeah. Absolutely.
That combined with the turn 1 deep strikes he gives you, just like, he has 2 such awesome rules to just make the army function in such a fun way.
Funny enough, I never use that rule. The turn 1 deep strike, I never use it.
I use it every game.
Isn't that weird? Yeah, I sometimes think about it, but especially for the 2 days at LVO, layout 4 is just really open. That's day 2, and then layout 1. There's just so many good staging grounds, and because I'm Stormlance, I'm so fast. Yeah. It's almost better for me to advance and to get where I want than just to deep strike or reserve. Yeah, Stormlance, it makes the ability different.
Yes, absolutely.
Wow. Yeah. Oh man, I have so many questions, but I'll wait till the end to really get into the
for sure
how you play this.
Yeah, intercessors are amazing. I have 1 unit of intercessors. They're really good into Eldari. They got all of the bullets. They have the sticky objectives. They also let me push everything forward after turn 1. I think 3 times out of 6 games at this event, I was out of my deployment zone fully turn 1. So there's nothing in my home field, like nothing in my deployment after turn 1.
Wow.
Yeah. And so I'm assuming in those games they didn't really have much in reserve or much to possibly drop behind you.
Yeah, if anyone's like, oh, I'm gonna start on the table, and I'm like, oh, do you have any uppy downy? And they go, no, and I'm like, okay, I just push forward. Or like a lot of the missions we did, the home field didn't matter. Like Linchpin, it matters a lot. Take and hold, it almost doesn't matter to me, funny enough. But then like
if you can take the whole middle,
yeah, because there's 3 objectives in the center. I don't care if I'm holding my own. And then I sticky it, so then you have to go and deal with it, which is like -1 unit for you. So
wow.
Never thought of it like that. That's interesting.
Yeah. What else? The Land Raider. Land Raider was really funny.
Oh man, so many questions, but go on.
Right. So I won an RTT the previous weekend, and they had a Land Raider, and everyone's like, "Oh, you should try a Land Raider." And so I bought, built, and painted it like the week before LVO. And there was thoughts about it, but I was just like, man, it's only 35 points more than a Vindicator. I was running 2 Vindicators at the time. And I'm like, it's a little bit tankier. I'll try it out.
Wow.
And did you run RJAC and the Terminators in it or anything, or just by
itself? Sometimes, yeah. Sometimes I would. They in Stormlance also I have the flat 6-inch reactive move. So Logan's squad can't reactive into it because Logan's too big, but RJAC's squad can.
Oh, that's a good thought.
Yeah. So day 1 was layout 1, which has that like building. So I have that it's like a triangle building, center objective. Then the opponent has a triangle building, and the Land Raider fits right in this L. So RJAC can go out, kill whatever, and when they come down to kill RJAC, I just hop in the Land Raider.
Whoa.
Was my thought. So normally the 6-inch reactive changes like a 1-inch charge to a 7, but then because I could embark in the Land Raider, it made it more like a 12, and then you're charging a Land Raider.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is fascinating.
Yeah, it never came up, but that was the plan.
That's
just
the
like, oh, this is
idea.
a good plan. Yeah.
Right, and like, oh, I can't come near RJX unit if I want to shoot them, or they're going to be in a Land Raider behind some buildings.
Yeah, or you let me hold the center objective.
I mean, I noticed Vindicator is the same way, but if you look at your list, you have 4 kind of chaff units, intercessors, combat lieutenant, 2 scouts. Everything else is like 4 pinball, T6 -1 to wound, or 2 up save, T11, T12. Like it is just
and both scouts were amazing. I was running 2 scout squads. My Necron game that I had on stream, they both got into melee turn 1. Against Emperor's Children, they got into melee turn. Most of my games, at least one, sometimes both scouts got into combat turn 1.
Wow. So go ahead.
Usually didn't kill anything, but it's just now you have like it's either it limits your movement or it limits your shooting lines, or they're just kind of like in the way because it's still 10 health. And if I charge like a tank, like they don't kill the tank, but the tank doesn't kill them in melee, and then they have to spend a turn shooting my scouts.
Right. Yeah. Wow, that's actually fascinating. Because I'm very curious about how you play this list. You know what? I'm just going to get into the questions. The 2x5 scouts, it seems like are essential because from what I've watched a couple of your games, both before LVO and this, it seems like you're really aggressive really early on.
Yeah. So my goal is to let you score no action secondaries and no primary until turn 4.
Wow.
So there's a couple actions I can't stop, like sabotage I can't stop. Like there's a few that like you can do kind of on your side that I can't really stop, but like cleanse, I'm going to completely deny even the option to do cleanse. Like any action secondary and any primary, I'm going to try not to let you score till turn 4 is the hope. Yeah. Because that way, if you score max, like I'm kind of planning on getting tabled. Like turn 5, because I'm so aggressive, I'm basically tabled turn 5 most of my games. But then I just go, okay, you're going to score 10 on prime or 10 on secondary and 15 on secondary turn 5. Like kind of no matter what they draw because I'm gone. So I'm like, okay, so I have to be ahead by 30, and then I just win.
Wow.
Yeah.
And challenger cards being gone really helped that push down.
That's why I was okay with all of our point hikes when that thing happened.
Well, I was going to say, challenger cards was a buff because wolves like to get up early. They're not a late game army.
No, challenger cards. I've during that time of challenger cards, my one loss to Scary in Tacoma, he got 12 points off of challenger cards. So almost every game that I played during challenger cards, I just would have to be like, okay, well, you just score an extra 12.
Oh, brutal.
Yeah, and I just had to like take that into account. Like, in a lot of games,
they go second.
Like, even if I go second, like I can game it a little bit if I go first, but then I'm limiting how much I score early, and then it's just, it's too bad.
Wow. We got a question from the chat, and this is following up. DJ says, love running wolves in Stormlands. How do you overcome punching up when most of your units are strength 5? And then maybe follow up into AdMech. But that's kind of the problem I found with Stormlands is a damage problem. How did you approach that?
Yeah, so Stormlance, one of the big reasons to run Gladius over Stormlance is Stormlance only has the Lance stratagem on our cavalry. So if you're running big blocks of Terminators, like my Terminators, there's very few buffs in the list that I can give the Terminators other than Armor of Contempt and the 6-inch reactive. I can't give them Lance, I can't give them +1 to wound, so they're just strength 5. I got a Power Fist in there, which is strength 8. I have Arjak in there, who's amazing, but he's only 5 attacks. Logan's strength 8, but by and large, we're all strength 5. T10 is just brutal. A lot of times, like if somebody's running like a heavy vehicle list or like a heavy AdMech vehicle list, I'm just like, okay, so I don't kill them. Like I can get a 6-man Thunderwolf squad, all of the buffs, Oath, everything into it. And I can get a little lucky and maybe pick up like tanks, but it's just too many resources to try to like actually kill them. So my goal against that kind of stuff, because our strength is so low, is just to die as slow as possible.
So you're still a jail style list. Just as take the
very,
middle, hold them in their deployment zone, and if they can't kill you till turn 4, they can't win.
Yeah, and usually the things that can jump up and over my like line, where they're like, "Oh, I'm fast enough to get out there," I usually kill because that's T3, T4, like jump pack intercessors. We kill amazing marine bodies, like anything T4 and below.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
We might have lost him, but
yeah, it just froze. Yeah, but yeah, so it's just kind of plays similar. Oh, there you go. You froze for a second there, Forrest, but I think you're back now.
Oh shoot. Okay.
yeah, die as slow as possible. That's interesting. I feel like a lot of my losses when I can't kill my opponent is just by shoving everything in their face, and then they actually do chew through the wolves because I can't kill anything.
Yeah, so a lot of times, like when I like first talk to my opponent about the list, I really have to decide, oh, is this going to be a game where I can kill things and score off that, or is this going to be a game where I just am like, okay, stall, stall and score.
Yeah, because if you go into the matchup thinking, all right, I'm not killing anything, you can play a little different. Like, oh, I only need to send one wolf squad out and spread it out to box them in instead of sending 2 wolf squads in to charge something. So you probably layer your resources differently, knowing that game.
Yeah, like I fought 2 Necrons at LVO, and they were both running triple DDAs, with strength 18,
damage 4,
18,
yay.
yeah, flat 4 damage. And I was like, okay, and they're ridiculous range. They're Necrons, so I think it's like 48 or 72 inch range. It's wherever they want. They have assault. They can go through walls. They have fly, like wherever they want. So I'm like, okay, they're blast. So I just have to pick up the character that lets you fall back and shoot somehow, because I can pick up one character. And then after that, I'm just going to tie you up for the rest of the game.
Wow.
Like
it sounds like it worked.
Yeah, on stream, there was a Necron player. He hadn't fought Space Wolves before, and he hadn't fought Stormlance. I had top of turn 1, and I got 6 units into engagement at the top of 1.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and then both scouts tied up 1 DDA. A Thunder, I think it was Bjorn, tied up the other DDA. It was crazy, but it was a fun game. But I just was like, okay, I'm just going to not let you shoot the blast guns this whole game. That was my whole goal. And he never got to shoot. I think he got to shoot 1 of the DDAs once, but I never killed him. I never killed the DDAs. They were just alive, fighting scouts or Thunderwolves or Terminators, just the whole game.
Wow. That is
so
fascinating.
I like that Wolves have an avenue to being pretty successful that way. I just hate that GW makes us have to play a non-killy type game.
The strength 5 AP2 3 damage seems really good, but there's no sustain, there's no lethal really. Like there's ways to get them.
Where is my Champions of Russ?
Right?
Yeah. Oh.
But then you're so like the speed is so important.
Yep.
Because either, especially with Thunderwolf Cav, like infantry is different, but like I think I would run 3 3s of Thunderwolf Cav in not Stormlance. But in Stormlance, I'm so fast that I can deploy behind the walls and actually get to where I'm going.
Oh, yeah, because you can pop the, 21 inches now?
21. Yeah, 21. Oh, and then to answer the question from chat, AdMac is brutal. AdMac's they have infiltrators that can hit really hard. You have to kill the melee units, and then you just have to somehow weather their shooting. And it's really hard. I beat AdMac at that RTT last weekend, but it's rough. It's a rough fight. AdMac is really strong right now.
Yeah, I bet. It's pretty brutal. They can jail us. They have so many bodies that are so fast and so like durable.
Yeah, and the problem is most of the time you're like, oh, you get jailed, but you can score turn 3, 4, and 5. But with us, since I'm planning on getting tabled, if I get jailed for 1 or 2 turns and then get tabled, I've scored nothing.
Wow. Yeah, that's brutal.
That was my problem when I was running Wolf GL at ATC last year. When I went bad was when I played on layout 7 against Genestealer Cult, and they got first turn, and I never got out of my deployment zone. So it's like, if you can jail the jail, it has really no avenue to win because we lack the killiness.
Yeah, that's another thing I find with weakness with Stormlance. I like 3 big weaknesses is like T10 spam or things you can't kill, Melee, I think I've actually found is really hard. That can be very aggressive and chew through wolves. And the last thing is like really heavy screening, forward screens like AdMech, Dark Eldar, things that can get really forward and just box you out. How do you deal with the boxing like MSU or just trying to block you in?
So that was my one loss was to Folger. He did a really good job screening me out because Eldari is so fast and their screens are their screens are amazing. Like they have cheap enough units that they don't mind throwing them away. Like the little flamer, what are those guys called? The spiders, the guys that can flicker jump, whatever those guys are. They come in, they don't really hurt Thunderwolves, but then they just are like -1 turn for each Thunderwolf squad, and it's brutal.
Wow.
Yeah. Intercessors work really well. But then if he knows, like, because shooting happens after movement, like I can pick up his screens almost 100%, but then I'm then out in the middle of nowhere.
Yes.
Yeah. And then he's going to jump another War Spider squad, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I beat Eldari day one, but the map was a lot better for me.
Okay.
If you can get into the Eldari, I do find they suffer against pressure melee armies.
Oh, yeah.
But I wish we could take the Beast Slayer strat where wolves can run through stuff and put it in Stormlands.
It'd be amazing if you could. So that's my one biggest thing with Beast Slayer is there's no access to advance and charge. If there was a strat or a whatever, I would do Beast Slayer.
It's
yeah. Too many good opponents can just like measure it out, and you're like, oh, I can move through models, but it's the same thing that I found with Knights. Knights are like, oh, I can move over models, and then a good player is like, okay, but you can't land on them. So they just put the models where the Knights want to land. So even though the Knights can move over guys, they cannot land on the guys. Same thing with the Thunderwolf Cav. Yeah, because the bases are so big. The Thunderwolves, the six-man Thunderwolves take up a lot of real estate.
Massive.
Yeah, and they got to go around building. Yeah, that's why they're so easy to jail.
Yeah.
Yes. So I'm curious. You ran 2x5 Terminators. Well, let's pause and take this question.
We got a question from a chat. Yeah.
How would you build a Space Wolf list around head takers?
How would I? So when the Codex originally came out, I took a list with 18 head takers.
That's awesome.
Yeah, there was 18 head takers and then 20 blood claws. Because I was like, this is like a new book. So Ragnar led the blood claws because he has to. And then I think I had 2 priests and a battle leader leading the 3 units of head claws. The biggest way to do it, I think, is just to go max. And then I had 3 6-man hunting dogs. So I just went full in with the new stuff. I was like, okay, this is gonna be great. And I think I won the RTT, but I didn't the T4 when we have access to too much, like so much T6 for Binvol, the toughness 4 really felt squishy.
Yep.
And I always go shield on them because I like surviving.
Yeah, so the way I would build a good head taker list is I would take the head takers to the store and buy them some nice suits of Terminator armor.
Oh, no.
Bring them back.
There's some people, we've been a little on and off about head takers on the channel because mostly we run like Stormlance and some of the Codex attachments. But we had a great
I think you could take one.
Yeah.
I think you can add them to a list. I don't think you can build the list around them.
Right. Yeah. I think one squad with a Wolf Priest or one squad with Ragnar, you need +1 to wound. You just need it. So find a way to get them buffed. And they can do some real damage. Like 36 attacks with dev wounds with +1 to wound all of a sudden gets really scary. Even in Stormlance, So
yeah. I think when I did the 18, I was doing Gladius because I think I had 3 Vindicators at the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it was a fun list because we got to because they're just Blade Guard with 7-inch move. But the real problem is they don't have access to the Judicar. Like if they could take the Judicar, I'd probably take a unit of head takers.
Yeah.
But the Judicar and Blade Guard are just so much better into the melee matchups.
Well, that's my problem I have with a lot of the Space Wolf stuff is, I wish I could put a chaplain in with our Terminators, or I wish I could have Njal leading some Stern Guard. Like just the restrictions between, which we're like the only ones who have that.
Yep.
People sticking
Yeah.
Azure with Blade Guard and Stern Guard and like, it's like,
Yeah,
how come
if we
we're
just
like
had
the
a
only ones who can't?
nondescript Terminator character or a unique character that could lead the Terminators, it'd be amazing.
Oh yeah, we had a Wolfguard battle leader or a Wolfguard
Yeah.
Terminator priest or whatever. A Wolf priest in Terminator armor. That's what it's called.
Yeah. We get an enhancement on some Terminators. That would be amazing. But I have some more. So you were running 2x5 Terminators. And again, in Stormlands, like you have a damage problem. You just have to accept it into some armies. So it sounds like you just have a way around it just by dying slowly, pushing people off objectives. How do you use the Terminators? And like, did you get really aggressive with them? Did you know where to put Arjack, where to put Logan? Did they go on different flanks? Like, how did the Terminators function in that list?
Yeah, so most of the games, Logan would try to be in the center. And he either would stage or just advance and just get to the center. If Logan can ever charge something, he charges it, just because I want that Vect aura as deep into the opponent's lines as possible. For defensive strats, the fallback strats, like anything, right? The Vect is just so good. Arjack, I would just kind of use just whatever they send forward, like character monsters or character vehicles. Arjack just rips through by himself. And then that's kind of what I used him for. It's just like, anything that the Thunderwolves can go around. Like anytime the Thunderwolves can get deeper, I try because the screens are so good against them. And then Arjack would hit whatever he could. And just every turn I would try to get as deep as possible with those guys. Because our Terminators are fast, but they're not like infinitely fast.
Yeah. Not like the Thunderwolves. Mm-hmm.
Dude, I can almost see that in my mind. Thunderwolves running up, Arjack's behind them. He's like, "That one's mine," and they're like,
"Yeah." He's like calling his shot, he's throwing his hammer.
Yeah. Leave that one for me.
Yeah.
They run around a knight, and he's like, "Mine."
That is so fun.
Arjack against knights. That's like my one hope.
Oh,
is
that's
that he
so
pops
fun.
off.
Yeah. I've had him like, all right, 5 wounds. You failed 4. Take freaking 4. What is it? 12 damage just from Arjack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the other thing that I'm curious about is you have a Vindicator and you have a Land Raider. But other than that, I mean, you don't really have shooting in this list. Like, there's just no shooting. Was your plan to like damage and shooting?
This is more. What was that?
Yeah. Like on some level, you can't just take all melee. You'll just get screened and lose the game half the time. But like, where do you draw a line of like how much shooting to take? What type of shooting do I want?
So it's interesting. Before our codex came out, I was doing almost no shooting. And then for a long time, I had only Bjorn. Only Bjorn had a gun. And Intercessors, I guess. That was my only bullets, was Bjorn and Intercessors. And I'm leaning more towards that again. Funny enough, after LVO. Just because the one Vindicator can't really reliably kill anything. And then the one Land Raider... The whole tournament it bounced. I don't think it killed basically anything the whole event. It's just a very expensive rhino, and like it was a good rhino, but it was a rhino.
Yep.
But yeah,
that's always been
shooting, I think if you go shooting, like 3 tanks is the sweet spot.
Okay.
Yeah, because I always had that problem with you can't bring 1 Vindicator, you have to bring 2. Because
2
will kind of average out and be effective. 1 is like, I rolled 2 shots again.
Yeah.
Wow.
That was my problem with because I ran 3 Gladiator Lancers back when 10th edition first started. And I kept wanting to go down to like 1 or 2, but like the moment I took out that 3rd Lancer, they just bounced.
Yep.
Wow. Yeah. That's kind of always been my problem is like how much shooting to run. Sometimes it's great. Sometimes it bounces and then you just have a damage problem again. Maybe better off just taking more Terminators or more Thunderwolf Cavalry. So what are you actually thinking of moving towards if you take out more shooting?
So my newest list that I was creating on the way back from LVO, no Land Raider, no Vindicator, no second scout, even though I love the scouts. And it's going to have 2 units of the Hammer Wolfen, which I used to run. I know. 2 units of the Hammer Wolfen, infiltrators, a Calidus Assassin, and a unit of Fenrician Wolves instead.
5-man or 10-man hammer wolfen?
2 5s.
Okay.
Yeah. And again, not really expecting them to kill something, mainly just threatening like the transports of the game, because they can do damage into transports.
Oh yeah.
And again, they're just T6 with a 4-up invul.
Mm-hmm.
And just really lean into the, I'm not going to kill anything, but I'm going to be durable and take a minute to die.
Yeah. I mean, that seems like how you get ahead on opponents, is just getting in their face, getting them off objectives. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've actually been going a little away from shooting too. I've kind of halfway between right now. I've been testing Redemptors here in the last couple weeks.
That's fun.
I ran a
At
2 Redemptor list.
195, they're not bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I listed 2, and then last night I play tested running 3, and it felt really nice. But I was playing into Sisters.
Okay.
T10 with -1 damage is strong.
It is very strong.
Well, the list, yeah, it's 2 20-man Terminators, or 2 10-man Terminators, one with Logan, one with Arjac, 3 Redemptors, Bjorn, and then just 2 Infiltrator squads, a Scout squad, and an Intercessor squad. And the 4 squads kind of just sit behind them, and I just, Heap struck Arjac turn 1. We were playing Scorched, and had the Scouts infiltrated up there. So, top of 2, Arjac moved on to their expansion objective. One of the Scouts hiding in the building touched it, and it's like, all right, I'm starting to burn it. So I burnt their expansion turn 2 because they couldn't kill Arjac's squad.
Oh, wow. That is so funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then
That's a tanky squad.
And then the Redemptors and the other Terminator squad just took the middle, kind of like you were saying. The only thing I lost all game was the 1 Scout squad and the Intercessors. Every other unit was alive, and I tabled the Sisters.
Wow.
Because the Redemptors is 5 attacks, strength 12, still -2, which everything we can take is, and 3 damage, which is nice. And then I run it with the Plasmas. The Plasma, the Onslaught, the Stormbolter, and the Icarus, they help clear some of those screens for my stuff coming in. Because with Gladius, I can pace a turn back compared to kind of what Stormlance does.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We got a question from chat. What about Plasma Scepters and Stormlance? Also, just what shooting do you like when you are taking shooting?
I've tried the Plasma Scepters before. I like the Plasma Scepters because they all have Assault and Stormlance's Advance and Charge. They can go really fast, especially if they have something weak that I'm charging as well with something else. They can go very far. I like Scepters. I just think they're too expensive.
Right.
And then especially in my list, when my opponent's thinking about shooting, this is what one of the main problems with the Vindicator and the Land Raider is they're usually my squishiest things, which is funny to say. But when you're looking at like 6 Thunderwolves with -1 to hit, -1 to wound, 4-up invul, or the Terminators with the 2-up, 4-up, -1 to wound, or just a T11 2-up armor guy, you're like, oh, the Land Raider's the easiest thing to kill.
Wow.
So people talk about Inceptors being tanky, but like in my list, T6 3-up armor it just dies anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a funny thing.
So I kind of like having that like.
Because I ran the 30 Terminators, and now Thunderwolves feel squishy to me after how hard it is for people to kill 10 Terminators. I'm like, the Thunderwolves just don't feel tough to me anymore.
Wow.
The 2-up armor makes a big deal.
Well, the -1 to wound in most cases is better than T6.
Almost always.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And they're just easier to hide. They can go through walls. So Stormlance, the wolves are better. But like in Gladius, I've kind of gone away from Thunderwolves kind of too.
Yeah. No, in Stormlance, you get the -1 to hit and wound against ranged. And that's like when you're really worried about the Thunderwolves.
Yeah, they're your only lance. They get the 9-inch instead of there's just so many extra buffs for them in Stormlance that you have to take Stormlance.
Yeah. And then what kind of shooting do I like? Vindicators. I go back and forth with a lot of tanks. When our Iron Priests were busted, I ran the 3 Predators to Ballista Shreds.
Yes.
Because why not? I think I tabled a Knights player turn 2 with that list.
Oh my
We were playing at an RTT, and like he was a buddy of mine, so we played turn 1. I picked up 2 Knights, and then we're like, okay, let's just restart. And so I picked up 2 Knights turn. Then I was like, okay, let's assume you go first, Then on my first turn, I picked up 3 knights. And he's just like, you know what? We can call it. I'm like, okay.
Oh my God. Yeah, those were the glory days even before, like, they didn't even exist, but those games that we played with those busted Iron Priests were crazy.
Yeah, I
It was
brought
about a
2
week,
Predators.
right?
Yeah.
And they didn't even get to run it at one real event because they nerfed us before the book came.
Yeah, bought and painted
Yeah.
2 Predators.
Yeah.
Mm-mm-mm.
They were fun
No,
in the
it was
practice
so good.
games.
Yeah.
I had 2 Predators pick up 1 Wraith squad with the Technomancer and everything, just turn 1, just like suck that,
Yeah.
Necrons.
But no, I like Vindicators a lot. I know they're random, but if you run 3 of them, then they're fine. And they're tanky enough that people don't like throwing pot shots into them. And then T11's okay. Like, it's not bad.
Yeah, Vindicators are fine, but yeah, you have to take multiple. You can't run just the one if you want to rely on
I
their
think
damage.
if I was doing Gladius, I would put in the Redemptors again because I really like the Redemptor Dreadnoughts.
Mm.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying around with, and it feels good. I haven't played the Eldar matchup. I'm probably going to play in a Double Dragon Saturday for my friend Clay. And that I'm worried about is them just jumping up and just picking up the Redemptors too easily.
Yeah.
So that's my only worry about Redemptors is something like that. But in most other cases, it's probably going to be my team list, so I can try to avoid a Double Dragon. 1 Dragon, I think I'm fine. I put a Redemptor out and hopefully bait the squad out and then deal with it, and I got 2 left. But
yeah, that's what I like about the Redemptors, about the Vindicators, and the Land Raider is, like, especially if you're aggressive with them on your go turns, you get them on objectives and say, like, hey, this is a bucket of OC, 5 OC on the Land Raider that you have to deal with on top of the Wolves, on top of the Terminators, on top of Bjorn. I actually saw a couple of your games where you really, I saw one of your games, you pushed that Land Raider to your expansion with Arjak, just to say, like,
against Zach.
The Raven Guard.
Against Zach.
Yeah, Aiden knows about my Redemptors. The first time he met me, I was running an old Dreadnought list.
Oh, brutal. You had Redemptor, Bjorn as half damage, and I
Brutalis. Yeah.
I was running all Thunderwolves, all Ragnar, and all Blade Guard, all Hellblasters. So everything I had was damage too. And I realized, like, wow, I'm not going to kill anything. So
that was the first.
Yeah, the damage 2 armies.
Yeah, and that was we were playing Layout 1, Search and Destroy, and Aiden got me with the scouts up, moved turn 1, and ran right into the hole. So my whole army had to walk where he pinned me in for a whole turn with the scouts.
Scouts are really good. I'm actually inspired by you, Forrest, to put scouts back in, just to all the moved block shenanigans you can do on the first turn.
I haven't run an army without
after
scouts
this
since,
event. Yeah, after this event, I'm really tempted to run 3 units.
Wow.
Yeah, I always bring 1 ever since Aiden did that to me because, like, I can't just so they can't jail you that. Like, you always have to have 1 avenue to get out. So I can always put scouts somewhere so they can't block my deep strikes and stuff everywhere. So, yeah. I don't think I've run a single list without scouts since you did that to me, like 2 years ago, Aiden.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's like how you win. For how Forrest wins against armies you can't kill is just like move block them, just delay them as much as possible.
Especially on Layout 1 and Search and Destroy. Oh, I can hold up your whole army with 1 scout unit? Duh.
Guess what? 70
Layout 1 is really good.
Ravas is saying good luck with 2. He's had good luck with 2 Lancers and 2 Iron Priests. Yeah, 6 shots with reroll hits and wounds is amazing.
Yeah.
I like them too. I like I was running Ironstorm with the new Iron Priest with the Repulse Executioners where they got rerolls and lethal stain 5s. That was crazy. But then what do you think of Outriders, even in Stormlands?
So one of my events, I ran 3 units of 6 Thunderwolves and 2 units of 6 Outriders. And I just really leaned into the mounted. Because in Stormlands, you can bring in the Outriders turn 1.
Yep.
With the enhancement, because they're still a mounted character. So I had 1 Thunderwolf Cav squad that I could bring in from reserves because of Logan. And then the Outriders I could bring in from reserves because of, I'm forgetting the name of the enhancement, but the turn 1
Hunter's Instincts,
from reserves enhancement. And that was a lot of fun. I think there's still 80 points for 3, so they're like not a bad trading unit.
Yeah.
But if you go 6 and you put a character with them, they actually do like quite a bit of damage. The biggest problem with Outriders for me is I always compare them to Blood Angel Outriders. and the Blood Angel Outriders just do so much work. It's why I can't run Assault Intercessors. It's why I can't run the Jump Pack Intercessors, because I'm like, man, if I was Blood Angels, they're so much better.
Yeah. I'll run JPI occasionally just for 90 points. They're fast little skirmish, but yeah, they're definitely not as good as Blood Angels. And
Yeah.
Outriders, I throw them in every once in a while, but they're 80 points. Marines have a lot of 80-point options that are all kind of interchangeable depending on what the rest of Reavers, Outriders, Intercessors, Incursors. Like, I think we have more options at 80 points than anything else. So it really depends on what little niche you need to fill in from what the rest of your list is.
Yeah.
Yeah. In Stormlands, they're fast. They're really fast, which is nice.
And they will go kill a little Eldar squad or something and then be harder to kill than they should be if you don't need to send something else that direction. So Outriders can have play. They're not unusable at all.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Wow. But yeah, it's just fascinating watching you play. I think, were you at the World Championships of Warhammer last year? You played at that event?
Not last year, but the year before I was.
Yeah, it was just interesting watching some of your games and how aggressive you push with your Thunder, almost like reckless, but somehow not. Like you're very aggressive with your armor.
It's like you're a space wolf.
Almost. Something I've learned is any list can pick up 6 Thunderwolves. Any list. Between melee or shooting, they got it. So if you put out something dangerous in the middle and I throw out 6 Thunderwolves and kill you, you just pick up my 6th unit of Thunderwolves. But if you put out something dangerous in the middle and I throw out 15 Thunderwolves and Terminators and the Land Raider makes a charge and just everything is then in the middle, you can't kill everything.
Yeah, that's kind of
kill some, but you can't kill everything.
That's where I'm kind of at Wolves too. Even with my Gladius, like that game I played, I pushed all Redemptors and all the Terminators out on the same turn. I'm like, pick what's dying. Everything else you're gonna have to deal with later.
Yeah, that was my big philosophy against most, like especially Raven Guard right now. Like if you can see one thing, I might as well show you everything.
Correct.
Yeah. How do you play against Raven Guard? Like I saw that was a fantastic game on War Games Live to watch.
Oh my gosh, I had the 2 announcers I had in stitches after my turn 1 play. They just could not believe what I did. So he put the Assault Centurions kind of not on the line, but pretty close to me. And I had a 6-man Thunderwolf squad run up to the center. And it was like, I want to say an 8-inch or 9-inch charge. And it would have cost me 2 because he had a Vect Aura for the Lance and reroll charges. And I was hemming and hawing on it. And then he rapid ingressed his Van Vets behind them. And I was like, oh, if I charge, he's going to heroic. He probably doesn't kill me, but then my guys are in a bad spot. And so I just didn't charge. So I ran out with a 6-man Thunderwolf Cav to the center and then just didn't do anything. And that was very funny.
That's fascinating.
Yeah, Zach and I talked about it afterwards, and he was like, no, that was actually because then he has to go out in the middle with this 10-man Van Vet unit, shoot, charge, and then his Van Vets are just stranded in the middle. Where I picked him up with, I think, a Vindicator and a 3-man Thunderwolf Cav, killed all 11 Van Vets.
Wow. Yeah. And I saw you stage 5 Terminators, Logan, 6 Thunderwolves, and Bjorn, and also 5 Scouts on his expansion. And I was like, whoa, like you are just overloading.
I just wanted to make that expansion so scary that he just would leave. And that's what he did. So it was layout 4. So the center objective is just, it's dead to the world. It's in the middle of nowhere. It's very spooky. My expansion, turn 1, I threw Arjek, the Land Raider, Scouts, the Combi Lieutenant, and the Vindicator was looking at it. So that was my expansion. My home field had Intercessors just because it's Raven Guard. I can't leave. He'll like uppy downy and steal it with the Inceptors. And then, his expansion, I just put everything else.
Wow.
Yeah.
If on layout 4,
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry, finish Forrest.
I think I kept him to 14 points, including paint, until like turn 3 or 4.
That is crazy. That's insane.
I think he didn't score primary because he got second turn. He didn't score primary outside of his home objective till turn 5.
Wow.
Nice.
Yeah. And that was my plan. Like, he's too fast with the fallback and shoot. The 6-man Centurions are just so good. Hitting on 2s, rerolling 1s with AP, I think 4 or 5. It just doesn't matter. Like, he can just pick those guys up and put them wherever. And I was just like, okay, he's going to table me. I just need to score enough.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, really making me rethink how to approach Stormlance and Wolves.
Yeah. And I just had a thought on
Stormlance
layout.
doesn't hit that hard.
No.
Yeah, it can. Like, against Marine armies, it hits hard enough. Like, against Black Templars, Blood Angels, like, anybody that's like, oh, I'm T4, I'm like, great, I can kill you. But, like, against, like, the Redemptors, the T10, 2-up armor, -1 damage, I'm just like, that sucks.
Wow.
But, yeah, so I had a thought on layout 4. So the middle's wide open. So, like, everybody always says it's a shooty table. But I found, and if you don't walk in the middle, if you're near deployment or walk the flanks, it's really hard for them to get line of sight with more than, like, one thing. So it's like,
Yeah,
if you
those
play the
buildings along
flanks-
the objectives.
Yes, if you play the flanks and take those 2 and leave the middle one, use those 3, you can really do well with the fast melee army, avoiding shooting on layout 4, despite what everybody thinks.
Yeah, it's hard against an army that can redeploy all of their guys, but yeah.
Yeah, oh yeah, William Raven Guard is...
Raven Guard is a little bit different, right? Because they're just like, oh, I'll be here.
Raven Guard is one of the reasons I'm running double infiltrator right now.
Yeah. It's one of the reasons why I'm dropping one of the scout units for infiltrators is because the 6-inch deep strike is just too common with Nids, with Grey Knights, there's just too many guys.
Yep. I'm just like, I see this 24 inches of the board. These 2 units are going to sit here, and you're playing from the middle back, which I'm going to be in the middle with all my stuff. So basically, you can up down in your deployment zone all game until you kill me. Yeah.
And that's what I've noticed a lot of times, like with people that do have good deep strike, they'll put stuff in reserve. And I'm just ecstatic. Like, anytime someone says, oh, I have things in reserve, that means it's great. Because they're like, oh, this means you can't leave your home objective. I'm like, no, I'm leaving my home objective. You can have it. And I just leave. I just let them steal my home.
Whoa, that's fascinating. Don't even screen at all.
Yeah.
Gary, thank you so much, man. That is very generous.
Got us a super chat. Thank you, Gary.
Are you staying with Stormlance Forrest?
Good question. The current rendition is yes. So something about me is I try to play an event a week. I know I'm a crazy person. I did 4 GTs last week, or last month. Last month I did 4 GTs in a month, and I never played the same list. I've been sticking with Stormlance, but I think 2 of those GTs, even last month, I think one was Beastslayer, one was Gladius. But those are the 3 I'm jumping around right now, and I think Stormlance fits my playstyle the best.
Yeah.
Unless they bring back Russ. If they bring back Russ, I'm 100% on board with Russ.
This
that was everything I wanted.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
All our we're only strength 5. Yeah, but I'm lethal and sustained everywhere. Okay, now this army kills stuff. Like,
and I'm extra OC, and I advanced shoot and charge, fallback shoot and charge, and I
have 4 wound Terminators with -1 to wound and a 6-up feel no pain.
Yeah.
Oh, the bear saga was so good.
Oh yeah,
amazing.
Made our Grey Knights matchup basically unlosable.
You know how much the DDAs and all this damage 4 stuff would hate 4 wound Terminators with just that chance to roll that 1/6.
6-up feel no pain.
Just the 1/6, right?
Yeah,
it's a 4 out of 6 chance. Like, odds are you get 1.
Right. Yeah. On 3 dice, it's basically a 50-50. On a 4 dice, it's probably got like a 60% chance for every Terminator they hit that he doesn't die.
Yeah. Gary, we've been talking about Stormlance falling off on damage, and Forrest has been saying that you have to choose, like, at the start of the game.
No, it does.
Yeah. And it sounds like you choose at the start of the game, am I going to go for killing my opponent? Am I going to go for just pressuring them and dying slowly and just denying them primary and getting primary?
Yeah.
And if I make a
Stormland,
mistake, like if I'm like, yeah, if I'm like, oh, I'm gonna kill you this game, and I fail doing that, I just lose.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's kind of been my thing. Is
Yeah.
sometimes I see red with Stormlance. I'm like, I want to go kill your big thing, and then I spend the 2 CP and spend the real charges in the lance, and I don't, and then just things.
because he had a lot of matchup that sometimes you're like, no, I'm not going to charge. I'm going to stand here in this gap where you can't move past me.
Yeah. In certain matchups, just making the charge is enough. Like you don't actually care if you kill him. But there's other matches that if you charge and don't kill what you're about to punch, you just die.
Yeah.
Gary said he's been stalking you on Facebook. He said he bugged you on Facebook a while ago. He doesn't know if you remember him.
Oh, man. So I am awful with names. Like I have been playing people all over the state for so many years. And they're like, oh, Forrest. I'm like, oh, hey. And I just have no idea who they are. The moment I see them with their army, I can almost like 100% remember our game. But if I just see the person, I like cannot recognize them. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
No, I have that way. There's certain people like I'll see them and we'll recognize each other. Sometimes I'll think they're just acting like they recognize me. And there's other times people come up and start talking to me about a game we played and like, I don't know who you are and I don't know what game this is, but cool, thank you. But that's happened. Yeah, like me, I was going to like a event a weekend. I was only doing like 2 GTs a month, but I started to get a little burnt out. So I've slowed down here over the last month, but
we got a question.
25 years, you know, a lot of people.
Oh yeah. Question from DJ. What are your thoughts on the Space Wolf specific detachments? And then also just detachments that we have access to in general.
So I've tried them all. I've tried every Space Marine detachment. I've tried every Space Wolf detachment. Like I've literally gone down the list. If you build for it, I think Hunter is really underrated.
Yes.
You have to build for it. You can't just be like, oh, I'll try out Saga the Hunter. You can't do that. You'll just lose. It's not like Gladius. You can build a list and then decide to go Gladius, and Gladius will feel good. Stormlance, you kind of can because Space Wolves are so melee focused anyway. Stormlance can kind of feel okay if you accidentally go into it. Bold, you cannot. Bold, you cannot build a list and then decide bold. And Hunter, even more so. Like Hunter, you have to design it like, okay, every unit's going to outnumber you. Every unit's going to do this. I'm going to make sure to kill the screens to get the, what do they call it? The Hunter point up, whatever that is called. I'm sure you guys know. Like, what are the Hunter?
The Saga. It's like to get your Saga up.
Yeah, the Saga point. Yeah. But it's really good. Hunter is really good. They have the 7-inch scout for a unit of 20 blood claws, which is like hilarious.
Oh, wait. So before we move on from Hunter, what do you think an amazing Hunter build looks like?
Blood claws. I think it's going to be blood claws, big units of blood claws, Fenrician wolves. What else? Small man head takers.
Right.
With the hunting dogs. I think you go 3 Fenrician, 3 hunting dogs, and then maybe like 2 20-man units of blood claws. One with Ragnar and one with the priest with the enhancement that gives the unit the 7-inch scout.
Yeah. I mean, you can get really aggressive with that 7-inch scout, move 7, advance and charge, and then bring another unit in turn 1 from the sides and then just go for it, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that.
I would run 2 20-man blood claws because you need one with Ragnar. Because Ragnar with blood claws is amazing. I haven't run him in a while and I miss him every game. He's just so good.
Yeah. Aiden's been talking about making Hunter work.
It can.
I see the potential.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to full send it every turn. Against big things, you have to send 2 units. Which most things with Fight First, you're sending 2 units into anyway. That's what I really missed about my Fenrician Wolves. Because Fenrician Wolves kind of beat Fights First, which is really nice. For 40 points. Like, they're good.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and then Bold is amazing. Bold is also really good. Again, you have to build for it. Yeah, I think I would run almost a kind of a similar list to what I'm running now. Maybe, yeah, probably a head taker unit with either our priest or our leader as well. And then maybe have Arjak solo so you could deep strike and be annoying in the backfield just so you can get that saga off.
Oh, that would be so fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because as long as they don't, like, Arjak's what, a 50? So as long as they can don't screen 150, that's one hero point or a deed. I don't know what Bold calls it.
Deeds worthy
But
of
one
saga.
saga point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Boasts. They got to do the boasts.
Boasts. Thank you. It's boasts.
Yeah. Yeah, Arjak's easier than Logan. It's easier to deep strike a 5-man Terminator squad by itself than just Logan by himself on that big ass 80.
Yeah, Logan is very large.
Yeah. But I like that for the Vector though.
Yeah. No, he's I think he's the best thing in our book, like Logan.
Yeah, him and
I go
Bjorn.
back and forth with a few other things. Yeah, Bjorn's amazing. I've been running Bjorn forever. I love Bjorn. But Bjorn with Vect was pretty good.
Yep.
Yes.
So what is your preferred Terminator loadout? It looks like you're running 2x5. Would you ever run the 10-man with Arjak, Logan solo?
Yep. Yeah. I was thinking about running a 10 and a 5. And depending on what I'm fighting, that's who the character goes with. At Tacoma, oh no, not at Tacoma, but one of the big GTs I went to, I had no Terminators, but I had Arjak and Logan. I've run the 2 10s, and that was fun. I'm really liking the 2 5s with the 2 characters, because when I full expose everything, a 10-man Terminator, you almost have to ignore at that point, because you are not going to kill it. You will not. Like, not when I have so many other things. And so if you know you're not going to kill the 10-man block, you just have to play around it. But because I'm running Stormlance, the 2 5 units are so fast that, like, if I expose the 2 Terminators and the 2 Thunderwolves, people split fire, they try to move block, they try to do stuff, and it kind of puts them in trouble.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw in your Raven Guard game, the 6-man Centurion shooting at 5-man Terminators did not kill all of them, and I was like, "That's what I'm talking about." Like, it killed
very 4.5 Terminators.
There's very few units in the game that can withstand 6 Centurion Devastators with +1 AP, +1, everything. It's just crazy.
Yeah, +1 to hit, +1 AP. Yeah.
Yeah, people are shocked how hard the Terminators are to kill if they haven't experienced them before.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like when
Plus
I played
Stormlance, I get AOC, like. Yeah,
I played Z at Grand.
That's probably one of my biggest problems. What's that?
So I played a guy named Z with his Eldari at Grand Onslaught, and I deep struck Arjak in a 10-man up in a corner on his side near his expansion. He sent Fugin and 20 Fire Dragons over there and only killed 3 or 4 Terminators.
Yeah,
like,
that's not their target.
Then I just picked them all up. And I was running Candace at the time, so then Candace just walked out, was free the rest of the game, because he was like, he thought he'd just pick up the Terminators and then go get Candace later. I'm like, these Terminators don't die. Especially at Champions of Fenris, to give them stealth.
Yeah.
So then now said, oh, you're hitting on 4s, wounding on 4s.
Yeah.
And I get a 4-up save, your efficiency is gone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I was running Candace for a little while.
You mentioned the lack of AOC. I think it's really hard for some of the Codex attachments to put Terminators in, because they are amazing. With AOC, they're incredible.
Yes.
Yeah. I think if I were to do Hunter, Beast Slayer, or Bold, I probably would take my Terminators out, just because of how I probably would leave Arjak and Logan in. But I would probably take the units of Terminators out, just because of how much I rely on AOC for them. I don't think it's needed. I think they're tanky enough, but I feel like once we lose AOC, there's other units competing for that spot.
Yep.
Because AP2 is so common in melee. Like Space Wolves across the board are AP2. But a lot of other melee armies are AP1. Like a lot of Blood Angel stuff are AP1. Like a lot of Orc stuff is AP1. And the Terminator's just -1 to wound with a 2-up save is just so good.
Wow. Ooh, Jordan, thank you so much. This is a good friend of mine. What would you rate as Wolf Jail's top 3 worst matchups and why? Fantastic question, Jordan.
Ooh,
Thank you.
worst matchups. It has to be Eldari. They have a couple of scout units, which is not great for us, and their chaff is so fast. Their chaff is just so fast that they can move block us. It's all match dependent, and it depends. Like Eldari, they don't have a lot of lists, but like the current lists, I think Eldari is like pretty good into us. Oh, the weird Tau list going around right now with all the Kroot nonsense, that's really good into us. Like, I don't know what it's called, but it's just like waves of these T3 Kroot monsters with then 4 damaged guns behind them. That stuff's really good. Yeah.
And involves on a bunch of the big units for no reason.
Yeah, and like, so the 6-man Thunderwolf squad has like 42 attacks, which is amazing. But like, you don't want to throw that into like 5 Kroot hounds or whatever.
Gorilla jail.
Oh, that's what he's saying. It's the gorilla jail. That's what it's called, the gorilla jail. Yeah, I knew it had a fun name. That. What's the third worst matchup for us? Anybody with? Oh yeah, AdMech. AdMech, I think, is just amazing right now. Yeah, probably AdMech, because again, their screens are pretty fast, but realistically, their screens can kill our stuff. Like, they pick up a 5-man unit of Terminators, they pick up a 6-man Thunderwolf Cav squad. Like, if they put all of their buffs on this like 140-point unit, they pick up any one of my squads. That's crazy. It's half the price. Yeah. No, and then they battle shock me on his turn. And so or whenever we're fighting, they can battle shock you. And a lot of Stormlance's power comes from being able to do reactive strats. And so not being able to AOC, not being able to reactive move, not being able to ride hard, ride fast. Like, no, AdMech, 100% AdMech. So yeah, AdMech, Tau, and Eldari.
And I find that kind of funny with the Eldari because I'm not really running a lot of Thunderwolves, and I find I just wreck Eldari. I think maybe it's just a Stormlance type specific problem for Eldari.
Thunderwolves get moved blocked. Yeah, So when I talk about Stormlance, I really talk about Stormlance with Thunderwolves.
Yep.
You don't have to, but like if you're not doing that, you should probably be running Gladius.
I just mean wolves in general, like Gladius and stuff.
Yeah.
I find we actually, and even in the Champions Fenris, wrecks Eldari. Yeah. So it's like that's one of the weird things where if they just think they're good into Space Wolves because they're used to Stormlance, and you catch them with the different attachments, you can roll Eldari actually pretty well.
Yeah, because our any infantry squad, like it didn't work against Folger, but like a scout squad should be able to pick up basically any unit of theirs.
Yeah,
like not the tanks, not the 10-mans, but like their swooping hawks. I should kill a 5-man swooping hawk. I should kill spiders, as long as I don't get overwatched and just die, right? Like, but like our scouts are 4-1-1, like they're good.
Yep. And then Folger is one of the best Eldari players there is.
Yeah,
so
yeah. I'm not saying
Yeah, so
he's
like,
also really good.
Yeah, he's also going to win some matchups he shouldn't with Eldari. So it's like, but
no, we had a good game though. I really liked our game. I really liked how clear everything was.
Yeah, normally we would think Eldari would be easy, but when played well with those cheap screens, stuff that's very fast, cheap screens, I find is very difficult to play into.
Yeah,
Eldari
and it
just
has to be
an answer. Yeah,
and they have to know they have the answer. I find some Eldari are scared to sacrifice their units to jail you.
Yep.
And once they let you get mid-board, then it's over. So you got to hand to someone like Folger who knows the answers to the question. They can probably do it, but people who don't know the answer already and don't just, I'm going to move block you turn 1. I'm like, I need to save my resources. Someone's like, Eldar, like, I'm going to save my resources. Now you're in the middle of the table. They lost.
Right.
So they have to know the answer before the test starts.
Storm Raven. You ever tried that?
Oh, I don't think it's bad. The Storm Raven is funny in Stormlance because of the reactive move. The reactive move lets me go back into it. It's fast. It's also a flying vehicle, which matters a lot in Stormlance because I could put the ride hard, ride fast on it. It's like one of the only flying vehicles that's less than 600 points. That's like flying in vehicle.
Yep.
It's not bad. So it's -1 to hit, -1 to wound, and -1 damage. I think if it's in Stormlands, which is like, those are all good things. The problem is it loses. It's not super valuable into the games that I already struggle into. The Tau, the Admech, the Eldari. Like Eldari will see that thing and just laugh. And they're like, okay, they're going to come in, kill something, and then I murder it. And it's like, okay, but that's what everything of mine does.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's just hard to hide on a lot of loadouts.
It's massive. Yeah, that's been my problem. I've run it in probably like 20 or 30 games.
Yeah.
Dinner plate. And then like the -1 hit wound is like great, but then some people have real anti-tank that just goes through it anyway. Like,
right.
Like,
and if you're putting it on the Raven, you're not putting it on the Thunderwolves.
Exactly.
Yeah. And then like I think about the -1 hit, -1 to wound, and I'm like, okay, Raven Guard will be hitting on 3s then with rerolls of everything, and then wounding on 3s. Like, it's just one of those things. And then Eldari just get to make things 6s, and then Admech will just throw a bucket of dice at me until it explodes. Like, that's just what they do.
Mm-hmm. The vehicles are, it's funny you mentioned that. The vehicles are actually the least durable parts of your list. That's hilarious to think about. Vindicator.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Like if you're looking at like 2 Terminators or a Vindicator, the 2 Terminators are so much tankier than a Vindicator.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Bjorn's kind of an exception because the 2 up, 5 up, 5 up, and then the -1 to wound. But again, he's one little guy.
There's only 8 wounds. So it's
he's
like,
very tiny.
Yeah.
But yeah. Cool.
Fascinating.
All right. So anything else
Did
you want to...
Did you want me to walk you through the games that I had at LVO?
Yeah, you want to do that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Sure.
Yeah. Game 1, I fought an Emperor's Champions guy. Ooh, Phanton. Look at. I think I was the only Forrest too, but I definitely was the only Phantom. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I spelled Forrest wrong the first time I tried to do it, and it wouldn't come
up,
so
no, everyone does. The single R in Forrest gets them every time. Yeah.
Yep.
At least you spelled my last name right. Everyone spells it with an M. So.
Phantom. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I went back and double checked 3 times when I was putting all the YouTube stuff out, or I would have.
Yeah.
All right. So Emperor's Children, Demon Prince with Wings.
Dude, the double Demon Prince. The Demon Princes and Emperors of these guys are just really good. The Demon Princes are really good.
Cacophonous, Lucius.
Yeah.
Double Infractor, Double Tormentor, True Rhino, Maulers, Noise Marines.
So this guy's buddy knew who I was.
Oh.
And he was like, oh, look out for Forrest. He's really fast and he'll hit you really hard. And so Jay, the guy that I was fighting, I think he just deployed. So you know the layout 1, how it's that building on your home objective? He basically put his whole army in there. And he was like, oh, I'm going to limit how much you can get into me. And I was like, okay. And so I just took the other 4 objectives and then just kind of like staged up. And then turn 2, Logan and the Terminators ran forward and killed his warlord. Lucius fights first guy.
Yeah.
I just made a long charge. I kept Logan on the other side of the wall. So the fights first had to go into the Terminators because he couldn't see Logan for precision. Because that's the fear, right? Precision fights first. He kills Logan, and then I'm sad. But yeah, that happened. I think at like the top of 2, I killed his warlord. So I just turned off his army ability.
Oh my!
And then I was just like, okay. And then we boxed for a little bit, and then like the winged demon princes, I don't think I ever hurt. Just every turn they would just belly flop into my guys and hurt me, and I'm just like, well, that sucks. But like, but that's all they did.
Nice.
Wow.
Yeah, I think I kept him to 0 primary.
It looks like it. That's a hefty win.
Yeah, 100 to 41.
Yeah.
Then round 2 we have Necron. So this is one of the Necron games you talked about.
Yeah, this was the one that I got in on stream. He had 3 DDAs. I kept him to shooting, I think 0 or once. And
that's when you got into him.
Yeah, 0 primary.
That's brutal.
Yeah.
All right.
But again,
and
all 3 DAs were alive at the end. I think Silent King was at full health at the end. He had a few other things that like I never touched, and I was just like, no, you get those. Like,
Wow. Huge run against Eldari.
yeah,
Yep.
this thing went sideways for him really fast. I got turn 1, and I just got like a bunch of things engaged, and we kill Eldari, right? So like each scout squad picked up something. There, I'm forgetting her name. The Fights First character with the
Jane Czar.
Banshees.
Jane
I
Czar.
sent a Thunderwolf Cav and was able to connect with her on my first turn.
Mhm.
And I think they're strength 5, anti-infantry 3+.
Yes.
And so the Cav squad just murdered all of them.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, it
In
murdered
my
all of
experience,
them.
yeah. She's really good into infantry, but yeah, you get her into mounted or charge her with a vehicle, they don't do
Yeah,
anything.
she bounced. I think she might have killed 1 wolf. But again, on his second turn, I think he picked up 12 Thunderwolves. Like his damage was there. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. All
But
right.
it's just,
And then-
it's not enough. Like if I can just start trading early.
Yeah.
Oh, and then into Space Marines. Oh, was this the Raven Guard?
This was the Raven
Yeah,
Guard.
this was the Raven Guard. And Zach's
Tight game.
Yeah, Zach's an amazing player. Again, I kept him to like, so that 54 was a 14 until turn 4. Like he came back with a vengeance. And I think he did table me that game. I think I might have had, no, he fully tabled me. I think at the top or bottom of 4, he tabled me. Yeah.
Yeah, so you had to have a pretty good lead then because he had 2 turns of score. And
Yeah, I drew some good secondaries, turn 1 and 2. This game's on stream if anyone wants to watch it. Zach's an amazing guy. We talked way too long. Like the announcers and the judges ended up having to come over and like yell at us, be like, "Hey, you guys, you're too friendly. Shut the fuck up. Play the game."
Oh my god!
Because it was an hour and a half and we hadn't started round 1. And I was like, "Oh gosh, I'm so sorry." And then like we got on the clock and it was okay. But I think I clocked out at one point and the judges are like, "Well, the rules are dice is down," and I'm like, the rules can be whatever. I don't have any models left. Like it's
Oh
fine.
my
Like,
god!
but I didn't want us to time out and him not get a 5th turn because the jail list is so good at that, right? Because I was dude, if I keep you from a 5th turn, he probably scores 20 or something.
Yeah.
And so I was like, okay, let's just do my turn. I'll move. It doesn't matter. I'm not killing anything. And then let's do your 5th turn. And the judges are like, "Are you sure?" I'm like, yeah. I'm not going to keep him from getting a 5th turn. But like, I think he had like 2 minutes left on his clock, and then I clocked out. So it was just, but I clocked out with no models on the field, so it didn't really matter.
Yeah, we'd have. I think Wolves would have like a 90% win rate if we could play 4 rounds with the jail.
Oh yeah, if it was a 4-round game, Wolves would be at
That is hilarious.
Yeah,
fantastic game, great watch.
Yeah. No, I got 3 out of my 6 games were on stream at LVO, which was a lot of fun.
Joe's a big Space Wolf fan. He's put me on stream quite a bit.
Yeah, so there were 3 different streaming tables, and I got 1 on each.
That's cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
And then this is your Folger game.
Oh, Folger! It was basically over before my second turn. I charged. I bounced off of a few things. I think I exposed too much because I was like, "Oh, the scouts are going to make it. The Thunderwolves can." Like, I was able to get a lot of charges on my first turn, but then I'm picking up like 4 units that don't matter, and then he was able to come in and just. He did the thing that I don't want to do. Is his whole army focused and killed 1 Thunderwolf squad. The next turn, his whole army focused and killed 1 Thunderwolf squad, then charged and killed Logan's squad. And I was like, yeah, I think the game's over. I think he also kept me to 0 primary turn 3 or something, which like does not happen for me. That was a good game though. He's an amazing guy. It was a fun game.
Yeah, he's a really good player. But then you finished strong with a 98-73 in the Necrons.
So Steven was the guy that I was bunking with for the weekend. And he and my buddy Ulyss are on this like Necrons channel. And their list is almost identical. And me and Ulyss fight probably 2 or 3 times a week. So I fought this list in the last year probably 1,000 times. And like Steven knows it too. Like Steven knows who I am, knows that Ulyss struggles into me. And so he's like, and Steven hadn't lost before this. He had 1 tie. So like we both thought we were going into the shadow round. Like potentially whoever won got into the shadow round. And so I was like, man, I fought this list so many times. And like I got a little lucky with the dice. yeah, no, again, he's running the DDAs, which are really good into us. He's running Silent King, which is good. And I just was able to keep him locked in until 4.
Yeah, the
But again,
Silent
I think
King not
yeah,
ignoring modifiers anymore really helps because
it
now
really helps.
hard ride fast works. Now the
Yeah.
Terminator's neg 1 damage or neg 1 wound
AOC.
hurts.
Yeah.
AOC, yeah. So
The
honestly, I think that's a
problem
big
with
loss
that,
for Necrons.
yeah, is they're still getting +2 to hit with their detachment. So the
Oh.
-1 to hit doesn't really matter. So I'm like, haha, -1. And they're like +2. So I'll hit on 2s. And I'm like, okay. But the -1 helps, but they're strength 18. So they go from 2s to 3s, rerolling 1s. And I'm just like, okay.
They pick up wolves. Yep.
Yeah, I think one DDA picked up 5 wolves in one of our games. Just like casually killed 5 Thunderwolves. And I was like,
Oh, yeah, they
okay.
can, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
and that's the only thing I don't like about Bold is it can help the Terminator survive DDAs, but Thunderwolves can't get characters, so they have no access to the strat.
Yeah, it's rough.
But 5-1 at LVO, just missed a shadow round.
Yeah, no shadow
Amazing.
round. Pretty sad.
It's still amazing though. Congrats on
absolutely.
the placing.
That's a great run.
With wolves. Mhm.
Yeah. I think day 1 or 2 of my opponents dropped from the event, but had they not dropped, I think I would have gotten into the shadow round.
Oh, yeah,
Whoa.
player win,
Oh.
opponent win
Because it's
percent.
opponent
Yeah,
win rate,
tiebreaker.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I tell you what happened for us. They got 100 to 30, and then they just started crying. And that's
I try to be really nice. Like every time they're like, whoa, I'm like, that's the only way this list works. Like they're like, I didn't score any primary. That's never happened. I'm like, that's the only way I play. Like
Forrest
especially
walks
like
the table. It's like,
from,
hey, I'm
Yeah.
going to let you table me, but you're not getting any points. Deal?
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's fine. And they're like, not really. I'm like, okay.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I'm just messing with you. You are one of the nicest people I've seen play. So.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
No, I try. I try to treat it like a game. A lot of times, like especially at like, luckily I lost my 5th game, but the 6th game, if you're 5-0, it's like stakes are high, everyone's
Pressure.
sweating, and I'm just like, okay, but this is a game. Can we just like have fun? Like we can worry about it, but like let's have fun. So
Wonderful.
But luckily, you're like me. You've been playing Wolves so long that we're not used to our army being good. So we're like used to losing. So any good is fun. Like,
exactly.
like, oh, we were good in 5th edition, and then we're kind of mid since then. And then
End of 9th edition, I think we were the strongest army in the game, but that's personal bias.
Oh,
end of
wow.
9th. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, thanks
So
for
we got
having me on,
one-
you guys.
Yeah, we got one more question right here from
Yeah.
chat. Saw a Beast Slayer list with 3 6-man Thunderwolves that went X and 1 at Michigan GT with 100 players. How do you feel about that?
I think
I mean-
Beast Slayer is really good. I think Beast
Yep.
Slayer is really good. I think it was better when the meta was worse for us, if that makes sense. Like when the meta was Death Guard, Knights, and something else. I don't remember
Chaos
what it was.
Knights. Yeah.
Chaos Knights, yeah. When it was that, I think Beast Slayer was amazing. I think depending on like local meta, Beast Slayer is still better than Stormlance. The biggest thing is I went Beast Slayer at Tacoma, and I fought Skari round 1, and Skari can do math, and so he just put his little guys, the little evil elves around, and so I just lost. And we were both laughing about it. I'm like, if I had gone Stormlance, he's like, it changes the whole game. And so I'm like, yeah, I think Beast Slayer is really good into tough things.
Mhm.
I think it's really good if your opponent's trying to score primary early, and you can actually like you don't need the 21 inches because it's only 12 inches to midboard, right? So even if they're towing on the objective, that makes it a 3-inch charge with Thunderwolves.
Mhm.
But yeah, I think Beast Slayer with Thunderwolves is 42 lethal attacks. Like it's not bad.
I think, the problem with Wolves right now is every detachment we can take has a few flaws and bad matchups.
Yeah,
So if you go to an event, sometimes it just comes down to avoiding the wrong matchup, or even avoiding the wrong matchup on the wrong layout on the wrong mission.
yeah.
There's a little
And that's
luck
what it-
involved for
yeah.
Wolves.
Like Beast Slayer into Knights, best detachment. Beast Slayer into Eldari, almost useless. Like
Yes.
Yep.
like then the argument is, oh, you can go over models with Beast Slayer, but like a 6-man Thunderwolf is this big.
Yeah.
Like I only move 12. Like
That's why I like Gladius. So the bad matchups, it helps in the bad maps a little more. You lose a little bit in the good matchup, so it's just you have
Gladius
more
is
chance in
very
everything.
yeah, Gladius is very middle of the road where like
Yep.
it doesn't have glaring weaknesses, but it doesn't have the glaring
Super strength.
upsides to any of the other ones.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
It's very fair Warhammer. Stormlands can be very unfair in some ways, like the movement, and the ability.
I went Gladius with 2 10-man Terminator blocks, and the 2 CP fight on death for 10 Terminators is like actually crazy.
Really good.
Problem is that you spend the 2 CP and then you lose one guy, and then you feel like a crazy person. You're like, oh, okay, never mind.
Oh my gosh.
Because they just don't die. Like the Terminators are so good.
Yeah, I've found like I've had like because running Arjack has the auto fight on death in Logan's because that happened in my game last night with the sisters. He charged in, and I'm like, all right, if you start with Arjack's squad, they already have fight on death, so I'm interrupting with Logan. If you start with Logan, I'm probably going to fight on death with Logan because Arjack already has a fight on. So it's like I'm swinging with all my Terminators.
Yeah,
almost either way.
Wow. Well, my last question for you. What advice do you have for Wolves players?
Biggest advice is that I try to tell everyone that when they ask me about Space Wolf advice is you really have to identify what you're going into is going to kill it or not. And if you're not going to kill it, that's fine, but just be aware that you're not going to kill it. Because in older editions, like with Champions of Russ, I could swing into anything and kill it. Like a 6 or an 8-man Thunderwolf squad with lethal, sustain, blah, 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 free strat, blood surge, whatever you want. Like that unit can kill whatever. But now it's just 6 Thunderwolves with, for me, nothing. Sometimes Lance, but usually nothing. And so I'm like, okay, do I kill this? And if the answer is yes, great. If the answer is no, I have to be either okay with tying that thing up, or I just don't charge.
Yep. And
like,
Thunderwolves are kind of weird now because it used to be I have 7 2 damage attacks. Now I have 4-3 and 3-1. So it's like really skewed.
It's really weird. So like against Redemptors, we were talking about Redemptors earlier. Redemptors used to be my bane because I used to be AP1 across the board and then 2 damage. So like you're like, I'll AOC, save on 2s against 1 damage. Our damage against Catons went way down because our +1 damage got around half damage. But now we get like 2 +1, so the half doesn't really matter anymore. Half is the same as -1. So we're way worse into Catons. We're way worse into a lot of things. The 3 damage feels really good when swinging into like Blade Guard, Head Takers, any of those like 3 wound infantry. The 3 damage feels great.
I like hitting Sangard with it.
Yeah, Sangard. Yeah. Any of the Blood Angels, it feels good to punch.
And their army too, not just the players. Oh,
yeah.
We're Space Wolf players. We get into it,
Yeah. But no, that's one of my biggest things is understanding what you can kill and what you can't. And it's okay if you can't. You just have to play around it.
Fantastic advice.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us, Forrest. Thank you, as always, for being here, Aiden. Thank you for everyone who watched, for anyone who gave super chats, all that stuff. We appreciate you. Aiden and I will be back next Tuesday with the Council of the Fangs again. We took the 2 weeks off, but we're going to be back at it. But thank you guys for watching, and we'll catch you next time.
Thank you so much. Thanks, Forrest.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you for watching Almost Functional Gaming. We appreciate the support of all followers of Russ and the Allfather. Please like, share, and subscribe. Also, check out our merch store and Almost Functional score tracker on Amazon. Everything helps support the growth of this channel, and we appreciate it.